Howdy y'all, this lesson is on ledger lines, which is what allow us to expand notes either above the staff lines or below the staff lines, where lots of our notes are going to lie in music. So let's start here with treble clef. We know every good boy does fine, so the lowest note on the staff lines is E, and the highest note is F. Well, let's start by adding some notes above the staff lines. So every good boy does fine, that's F. Now make sure we don't skip any spaces or lines. That would be G. The next line would be A. Keep in mind, I'm just going straight through our musical alphabet. Remember, repeat back after G to A. And as we go higher, we go forward through the alphabet. B. And C. And we could do this all the way until we get to the ceiling if we wanted to. Now we're going to go down. So we're going to go backwards through the alphabet from E. Every good boy does fine, so that's E. Before E in this space is going to be D, because before E is D. Before D is C. Then the next space, C, E, D, C, B. And so forth. And we can just keep going back. I think we're gonna run out of space here. So, forward through the alphabet, backwards through the alphabet. Make sure you don't skip any lines or spaces. Here's bass clef. Good boys do fine always, so we know that's A. The next space is B. Next line is C. We're just going right through the alphabet, again making sure not to skip any lines or spaces. Two lines here would be E. Not so crazy. Just like we did for treble clef, we're going to go backwards to go down. So good boys do fine always. You know this is G. Before G, this space, G is on a line. This space is F. Then we have to add a line. That is a ledger line. Before F is E. Before E in this space would be D. And then two ledger lines down. Before D would be that really low C. So forward through the alphabet to go higher, backwards the alphabet to go lower, forwards to go higher, backwards to go lower. It's important to know how treble and bass clef overlap. You can have bass clef notes that take a bunch of lines up here, like this E here is actually way up here. This D is here, and this is middle C, which is in both of these. This is where they overlap, and that note is right here. That is middle C. So when we talk about the right hand, the thumb being on one with piano stuff, that's going to be middle C. Put a little C there. And we have D. Down here we have B, of course A, now we're back on those staff lines, and we're at the bottom of treble clef again with E. So E, D, C, B, and A, or A starting on the top line. Good boys do fine always. A, B, C, D, E. So essentially we had 11 lines, and there was a line here, and we took it out. And that's middle C. And that's how ledger lines work.